How fast should you drop a difficult client? That sounds harsh until you remember that one bad client can drain your time, focus, and will to check your inbox. In this episode, Devin will answer the question in 60 seconds or less. Then he'll spend 5 more minutes unpacking when it makes sense to fix the relationship, and when it is time to politely show the client the exit. Real Devin, take it away.
All right, 60 seconds up on the clock. We're going to dive right in. So, how fast should you fire a difficult client? As fast as humanly possible. The reason I say that is 95% of your clients are going to be great to work with. You're going to enjoy and love working with them. That other 5% is going to take an exorbitant amount of your time and effort to service those clients. In other words, to respond to them, to deal with them. My best rule of thumb is if you hate hearing from that client, if it's just one where every time you interact with them, you dread working with them, that is a really good indication that for whatever reason, we're going to go through those in just a minute when we unpack things, what those reasons might be, but you should really fire them. The best thing about running your own startup, your own small business, is you're not beholden typically to one client. And if you are, you're really just a independent contractor for them. But if you have multiple clients, some of them are a pain, some of them you don't like to work with, some of them are not fun. Work with the ones you like, work with the ones you do. So fire them as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Okay, so there's the 60-second answer. Now we're going to put 5 minutes up on the board where I'm going to unpack that just a little bit more. So with that, so 5 minutes to unpack it a bit more. Some of the reasons why you would typically fire, or what would be some of the flags early on that you should fire a difficult client, or what a difficult client might be. One is simply, are they lying to you? Simplest thing, if I get a client or and any of them that are lying to me, that they are telling me things that are misleading, and there's a difference between, hey, I mistook or forgot something, or I didn't quite understand the question. If they legitimately are just a bit confused, or otherwise might think that something, or didn't understand something fully, that's not lying to you. But as a different example, if they are telling you something that they know to be untrue and you can see that they're untrue, you don't know beyond that how many other times they're lying to you. If they can't establish relationship of trust, either they don't trust you, which is a bad relationship, or they are unwilling to, or they are otherwise unwilling to tell you things, or they think it's to their benefit to lie to you. Major red flag. Another major red flag is if they are disrespectful of your time. Now, there can be some times where things are critical, things are absolutely need to be dealt with in a very quick and timely manner. Those things occur, but it shouldn't be every weekend, every time that it's after work, every time that they respond, that you are having to drop everything to deal with something that really is not having to be done there. There's a difference between there's a deadline, and if I don't get this done, I'm going to jail or I'm going to get, audited by the IRS versus, hey, I really want to know the answer to this question, but I really don't need to know for another few days. You can respond as time allows. The repeated last minute, if they are the client that is repeatedly at last minute saying, hey, I'm going to email you. When you don't respond by email, I'm going to text you. When you don't respond to my text, I'm going to call you. When you don't respond to my call, I'm going to call again and leave a voicemail. And then I'm going to try and get a hold of your front office, all because I had a question about whether or not, you meant to send this email, or whether or not this really matters or not. Those are clients that really are going to eat into your time and aren't going to be fun to work with. The other clients that you do is if they don't respect your expertise, it's not a good fit for either side because they don't trust your expertise. They don't trust your feedback, your opinion. You should let them go, because if they can't trust that you or your expertise, what you're offering, and they think they can do it as well or better, then from a myriad of reasons, you shouldn't be working with them. They shouldn't be working with you if they don't or feel that they can trust you, or that you have the expertise to do something that they have hired you and are paying you for. Should be our parting ways. Another one is if they are not paying you. We as a law firm work on upfront. We get paid as a flat fee upfront, so we don't have to worry about payments. Now, I get sometimes payments, you may still do things as a split payment or over time or an hourly, but they shouldn't be consistently delaying payment, or they shouldn't be consistently giving you reasons why they can't pay you on time. Should be one where that shouldn't be the main focus of your work, is always trying to do collections. Unless you are going into being a collection agency, unless your business is, we collect on late payments or other debt that or hasn't been paid, you likely didn't go into being a startup or small business because you wanted to be a collection agency. So don't. If those clients, if the clients are ones that aren't paying, that aren't on timely, that are always having the excuses, that are always telling you why they can't pay you, then let them go. Fire them. There isn't anything wrong. You don't have now. When I say fire them, just to clarify, I don't mean you to have to be mean or be a jerk or it's kind of like when you quit a job from a boss that you really didn't like. Sometimes it feels like I just want to storm into their office. I want to tell them exactly all the things that they did wrong and why they did them wrong. That doesn't what you do when you fire a client. You nicely indicate, hey, this is not a relationship that is working out, and I don't think that we are the best to be able to represent you and provide you what you're needing. It can be really simple as that. Why you want to list the long and extensive things of all the gripes, all the reasons, all the frustrations to prove your point as to why they're a bad client. You don't need to burn that bridge. It's always in business, communities are small, clients are small. If you can nicely say, this isn't a good alignment, this isn't a good fit for the structure and the approach. Sometimes you take it on you, say, hey, we have a different structure. We may be non-traditional. We have a different approach, and this just doesn't fit well with what we're able to provide. So let's amicably part ways. Wish you the best, and we'll invite you to go find someone that can probably meet your expectations. So if they're lying to you, they're not respecting your time, they're being dishonest, they are always wanting to or question your expertise and not trust you. They're not paying you on time. Fire the clients, find better ones, find the one you enjoy, and it'll make a world of difference for how much you enjoy your business and how well you do. That's it. There's the 5 minutes. And so that's another great, quick and easy, inventive fireside. If you want to catch the next ones, make sure to click subscribe and or register for the upcoming webinars. And in the meantime, best of luck with your business.